is listening.
Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing very well. My name is Marty. We are back with another episode of Severance today. Been again another little bit of a break since the previous episode. However, remember the end of the last episode, a lot happened. By the way, just to let you know, I'm having a bit of a neck issue today. Like I've got pain in my neck, at the base of my neck, sort of like on one side. Yeah, I just want to let you know, just in case I do look in pain, but I'm going to try my best. I wanted to watch a new episode of Severance today, so that's why I'm sat with you guys, ready to delve in. This one is called Trojan's Horse. Anyway, don't forget, if you want to see the full uncut reaction to this episode, or any of the other episodes that I've seen, or to anything else, then you can do over on the Patreon page, or as a YouTube member as well. But without further ado, this is Severance. Eerie, especially after the end of the last episode. Creepy. Oh. Where do I know that tune from? New member of Staff. Who's that? Love that we're not seeing the face. Okay. They're operating on someone. Dentist equipment. I just realised I'm not wearing my badge. Also, that's the black door. Is Irving down there? Why does he have so much medication?
Hey, how was the weekend thing?
My auntie fell off a rope, apparently.
Were you hurt?
And in pain.
Got a little wet, that's all.
You know what actually happened?
I have no idea.
Well,
What the hell is that stuff?
I still can't get it to last long enough. Keep trying, I guess.
do you have any other ideas?
Ew! What the
You need to get your dryer fixed.
Yeah, or you could just, not live here.
I can't keep coming in and out.
Think they're watching us?
Depends on how dumb you played it.
When do we keep going?
Maybe tonight.
I haven't remembered anything else.
Well, maybe he already has.
Still love the cinematography.
Took the rest of the weekend to recover.
I'm fine. Will I be updating Father later? He should hear it from me.
We have decided to spare him knowledge of this contretemps.
Is this about what happened in the Frozen episode?
Well, please let him know that his daughter is alive and well.
The medical team says your tempers will rebalance quickly. Some residual trauma is to be expected. Perhaps we could arrange another obligement session this evening.
I said I'm fine.
We're close. Helena, what's he at? 78%?
81.
It won't be much longer. You can do this.
71%.
Going back down there.
81% of what?
It won't be you. It will be your innie.
Of completion.
My Annie who tried to kill me, and then the other one tried to kill me. They're f***ing animals.
Far better than you guys, yep.
I'll just fake it again.
We can't take that chance.
We need to clean this up.
Confirmation.
Milchik's many errors this weekend have forced our hand.
And Father approves.
Father encouraged it.
It's a risk.
Great shot of the cars.
Mark S. won't work without her.
And the work is mysterious and important.
Yes. Hi.
Good morning, Heliar.
Who the f*** are you?
Yeah, I was going to say, when was the last time she was there? She hasn't seen her or any of them yet since.
What the hell?
Also, the Verite camera, unease. Yeah, last time we saw her, I think, was last season? She's got the heli walk back, because I did notice it was missing.
Is she?
Her innie.
MDR. Together again.
I need to know what's going on. Is he trying to drown me?
Because you're vegan.
Was she spying on us?
It's called a Glasgow block.
Are you saying that she was down here as me?
Maybe she still is. Where is Irving?
Answer my question!
Excuse me. Helena Egan, in her executive capacity, was conducting valuable research.
By stealing my f***ing body?
Irving had no knowledge of what management's intention was, and in so doing, he nearly drowned you.
And therefore?
Our only option was permanent dismissal.
Which means actual dismissal.
So he is dead.
Dead.
No. Irving B's Audi has departed on an elongated cruise voyage.
Really?
I don't give 3 dry f***s about his Audi.
She doesn't have the right to take my identity.
Have you ever heard the story of the Gluckschuppen?
The what? Gluckschuppen?
Let's assume we haven't.
Swedish?
In ancient times, the king of Sweden himself was known to go incognito amongst his people in the hopes of learning their true grievances.
Trojan horse.
He would don an old gray robe, a Gluckschuppen, the name for which he was remembered, to disguise his royal vestments. Gear Egan himself was known to do so in his ether factories, and Miss Egan
Helly is following in.
was carrying on this noble tradition.
Oh.
Smells like horse shit.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah.
Swedish horse shit. And Irving is still dead.
Irving B's Audi has departed.
Yeah, I know. Is he going to come back or not?
I don't think so. I think he's dead. Well, as in, he's in he.
He is not.
Wow, some actual honesty.
You f***ing murderers.
It means no more John Turturro. I liked him, though.
Allow me to escort you to MDR.
I'd not work for the day on purpose.
What in the abominable...
Oh, I don't like...
I'm not going near that thing.
Because of Irving.
If you're taking feedback, I hate it.
Same.
Oh, no, it's all irregular and weird.
The Orbo was a challenge for us all in ways expected and not.
They've erased him from the picture?
You mean like Jamie Egan's daughter Gluckschupaning us?
Careful, Dylan. Words have consequences. I'd hate to rescind certain privileges. As you can see, all of
The privileges of seeing the wife.
Let us have a funeral.
I'm sorry.
If he's dead?
Irving is a person and he's gone. We'd like to have a funeral, not a retirement party. A funeral, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honor him.
A funeral. Is this MDR's position?
Dude, little help?
Sure, as long as it's quick.
Quick?
Quick.
So it doesn't take up the whole day?
Well said, Mark. I'll see if we can pull something together.
He's probably not wanting to upset the system too much, but
Thank you. Not you.
Mark is ill.
We need to ready a bereavement kit for MDR.
Mark?
The stuff in the fridge, I've just realised it's to merge his brain. That's why he's coughing and yeah.
Are you okay?
No, not really.
Couldn't tell that she wasn't me.
Obviously not.
What was she like?
Well,
Like you.
trying to be you.
You're like her. I don't know who you are, I guess.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not my fault that my Audi hijacked me.
Totally, I get it. It sucks.
Oh no, man, we can't trust her.
What happened to you up there?
Doesn't matter.
Do you want to hear what happened to me?
No, I don't. And let's just try to forget it, okay?
Don't shut her out. Oh,
I thought bereavement events were for innies who die on the floor.
I like the handles are like bees.
Yes. Well, the affections index for Irving B was in the high 60s. It will help the others to grieve.
May I say a question? You shouldn't let them have a funeral. It makes them feel like people.
That wasn't a question. That was an opinion.
Statement.
Unsolicited.
Your first performance review is today, right?
You might not do so well.
That was a question.
I'll ready the refreshments. You focus on the mournful signage.
I like how that was like a little undertone dig at him.
Today,
You got the funeral march to it as well.
normally when an innie goes to be with Kier, we hold a retirement party. But given the sudden and frigid events which
I like the mugs though.
let us each take 9 seconds to silently remember Irving and thank Kier for our time with him.
Little Irving in the background.
We will now have a eulogy from Dylan G.
It's hard to pinpoint a favorite Irving story. For the least fun guy in the world, he was really fun.
What's for dinner?
He put the dick in contradiction. He was pissed at me for watering down the toner, so he put toner in my water cup. He stopped me before I drank it, though. He just wanted to make a point, not harm me physically. But I did accidentally take a sip of it later because I forgot he said that. He asked me for help with something near the end, and I didn't listen. And in his final moments, he would have been totally justified in telling me to suck my own fuck, but he didn't.
What was the thing that he...
He was awesome, and I miss him.
He made, like, them as a team whole.
A little sugar with your usual salt. Thank you for your attendance and your participation. You may now briefly partake in Irving's fruit head.
Oh no, oh
whose
no.
dark hair is courtesy of the Black Beauty watermelon.
Oh, I don't like that. That's disturbing. Oh, we didn't get Miss Swong's theremin performance? Yeah.
I thought I was going to perform,
Yes, well, I feel the theremin works best in moderation.
but I
You can
practiced.
play
You
your
can play
piece
it.
for me.
No. Down here. Like the tune though.
You okay?
How about you?
You're not staying?
I gotta get to work, but great ceremony, guys.
Seriously.
What's with him?
I mean, isn't it kind of over?
Mark,
Just let him go.
What?
Irving was your friend, and he's dead. Why don't you give a shit?
Because he's not dead, he's just not here.
You two catch up?
What's that?
About what?
Did you tell her Miss Casey's your wife yet?
She won't know that. I forgot. Oh
Yeah,
no.
I mean, it's my Audi's wife, but sure, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, is that the reason why he's distant? And because his thoughts are more like what his outie is.
Why won't you talk to me?
What do you want to talk about?
Miss Casey's your Audi's wife? What are we gonna do?
No, we're not gonna do anything.
Seriously?
Yes.
What? We'll work as a team.
There's no we. It doesn't matter.
Why?
Because they are smarter than us. They know everything. All of it. They know everything we're doing.
You can't just sit there.
Helena told them.
That wasn't me. I'm not her. I'm me. Helly.
And how do I know that?
Yeah. Massive mistrust.
You don't. You just have to trust me.
Maybe say something about what happened early days.
This is real.
The shot with him half in. I like it.
Not everything here is a lie. And stop being a f***ing ass.
Yeah, it's very visual
This performance review is department chief.
to the story. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
Shall we?
Just before we begin, I was wondering if I could have a word with you. The paintings. I want you to understand I am grateful for them. If they're a measure of appreciation, then I accept that appreciation. If you could share with me a little how you felt when you received the paintings. Our experiences here have been similar. We face similar challenges. And perhaps the paintings and the somewhat complicated feelings they evoke.
Mr. Drummond's waiting.
Yes, of course.
I wondered if he meant about, because remember what I said, when they did the paintings of Keir, but in him in place of Keir, it kind of felt odd because it was like, I don't know, it was the placement of them both into the story.
Sorry I let you down.
Hopefully you knew what I meant when I said it originally. There's like a weird racial undertone with it. That's what I was thinking. Oh, the poster of Mark. Wait, what? From Dad? Does it say from Dad? I didn't get a chance to read
I
it.
will be conducting your monthly performance review. If the review is to take longer than 4 hours, there will be a break for lunch.
Well, I hope that won't be necessary.
Here is the lunch menu.
Thanks.
You received the gift of Keir paintings.
It's a nice shot.
There have been 3 contentions reported anonymously, which have been investigated and confirmed.
Oh?
Uses too many big words.
Well, perchance I may colloquially employ a...
Anti-deflections will be heard after the lunch break.
Like that.
Paperclip was installed back to front. Led to a confusion as to where in the document to begin reading. You brought in a new refining team for Mark S, which failed to coalesce. You instituted kindness reforms
Because I'm not Harmony Cobell.
that seemed to have in no way deterred curiosity or idling by the team once they returned. You arranged an outdoor retreat and
Which only made it worse.
termination of one employee and the discovery of the true identity of another. Harm to the Egan name.
Seeing the kid painting on the wall in the background, just watching over him.
Look, Seth. Ark Scout's completion of Cold Harbor will be remembered as one of the greatest moments in the history of this planet.
That's what they're talking
It
about.
will take place under your stewardship. It's quite a legacy you will leave.
And that's why he's so focused.
This milestone seems to have clouded your judgment. I think it's time to go back to the basics. Remember these severed workers' greater purpose, and to treat them as what they really are.
I don't want him to complete it now. Reintegration. What? Why would that make it disappear briefly?
I'm tightening the leash.
It was like it glitched time or something. What?
I see you left work 6 minutes early. May I come in?
Okay.
How was the rest of the funeral? Did you get what you needed from it?
You left early.
Yeah, sure. Did Miss Wong take notes? I can't wait to read her article about it in that newspaper you showed me. What was it called again?
The one that's fake.
Bullshit Gazette?
Hopefully now we can put all this grief and tumult behind us and look forward to some productive work days ahead.
So now he's a little bit more normal.
Putting the numbers in the things.
Refining.
Right?
Yes.
Whatever you say, Mr. Milchick. Praise cure.
The line in between them.
Did you and Heliar catch up?
We did.
Did you tell her that you f***ed her outie at the Orpo?
I did not expect
Helena Egan,
that.
leader in waiting of this company.
Like him to say it like that. I mean, he's got a point. She is important, but. Oh. Because he didn't probably think of it like that.
The workers were diligent, focused on the task at hand. Pleasantly surprised, I noticed that not a single worker had a watch. They simply referenced a large standard clock near the door, just hands and numbers and cogs and purpose.
Sally. Or Heather.
Sovereign boss may own the clock that greets you from the wall, but you get to enjoy its ticking and thus should be happy.
Yes.
It's the literal opposite of what you were saying before.
Exactly.
I see how you'd feel that way. One point that Nat made was...
Okay.
She said that innies tend to thrive in an environment of structure. And once that is established, then they are more open to self-expansion.
Just write what you normally do.
No, but this sounds like Lumon's language.
Exactly.
Well, it's a Trojan's horse. If I can get my ideas to severed workers all across the world, it might beget a revolution.
But these aren't your ideas.
Word it like them, but mean something different.
And what?
Lumon hurts people, you know that. And if you want to water down your work so they can use it for their propaganda, then you're hurting people too.
Well, I think, yeah, they want to do it differently to that.
I will reflect on your words.
Thank you.
And also, this is a creative opportunity unlike any I have yet seen, and I'm not inclined to just walk away from it. Unless me selling millions of copies of my book and the life that manages to give us lost its appeal for you.
I get why he wants to do it professionally, but
No.
it kind of ruins the whole point in him wanting to do it in the first place, dulling it all down for corporate language. I like that shot. It's beautiful. No bird watching on.
Me again. They fired me. I think they knew what my Innie was up to. I'm telling you to...
Yeah, there he is.
I have to go.
Oh, looks almost identical to when we saw that. Didn't we see something like this previously?
Hey! Why are you following me?
Because you won't know him outside, will he?
When somebody shows up on my doorstep screaming my name, I want to know why. Call it a quirk. You're with Lumon.
Was.
Why were you at my house the other night?
I wasn't.
I don't know. It wasn't you. You're severed. I got canned a couple of weeks ago. When I pressed them for a reason, they said my Innie had an unsanctioned erotic entanglement with another worker.
They actually told him that?
You show up at my door. You think we were an item? Well, Fields certainly thinks so. We had to cancel our trip to Milwaukee. Fields? That's my husband's, Fields.
husband. I thought
sorry.
they were just together.
Maybe you could...
What?
We got a ham. We're planning to have it tomorrow. It'd be nice if you come over. We could sit down, talk through it all.
He's inviting him for dinner?
Fields.
And Fields. Smooth it all out.
I suppose.
Great. We like red wine. Expensive. You need a lift?
I'll walk, thanks.
You sure?
Yeah, after all, he doesn't know who you are.
I know where you live.
That doesn't sound weird. I know where you live. Upturn for the books. But who is he on the phone to? Do we know? And I've just forgotten.
Sorry there wasn't any eggnog out of season.
So Gemma's necklace.
What the f*** are you doing?
I needed some pressure points, things to rattle your memories.
She said it gave her time to think.
That her?
What I thought was her.
Her cremation. So what's in that then?
She's not dead, she's just not here. Who's in there?
Yeah.
They know people at the morgue.
Oh, so it's just some random...
You feel all right?
Probably weak.
Are we gonna...
One more day. Usually that's best.
Usually, you've done this once.
There's risk. It's not an exact science, Mark.
I'm not sure it's science, period, but okay.
It's more psychological, I think.
Are they hurting her?
I don't know.
You're outie.
What?
She didn't say anything. That was Gemma. Memories of Innie Gemma talking to him.
Outie can parallel parks in 20 seconds. Your outie can roller skate grace.
Is this him also traveling through his home?
Electric bells with it.
Like him accessing her in his mind.
Your outie prefers 2 scoops of ice cream in a serving. They must be the same flavor.
Oh, because this will be the first time he's actually seen this as an outie.
Once captured a butterfly. Your outie is going to be...
Going to what? That's it? Oh, God, that's a brilliant end to an episode. They were being very careful with wording and to hint at things, but not to fully explain what they were talking about. When we first saw those paintings, I thought there was some very weird stuff going on there. This is just in my opinion. It felt like there was a weird race thing going on that I don't know. Again, it's a very odd, very Orwellian type company, very odd company. So it's probably got some really weird morals and we've already seen it. It's already got some very strange stuff going on behind the scenes and that. The reason I was also maybe pinning it to like a race thing as well is because he was obviously talking to Natalie about it. In case you didn't know, it's not just been a reaction and then my thoughts. In case you think that, I did the same thing with season 1 as well. I would watch the episode, give my thoughts, and then after that there is a whole section on the podcast itself. But if you didn't know, the podcast, it's going into detail. I will listen to the whole thing and then I'll give you my highlights, points, and I'll only highlight to you the points that I think stand out the best for the episode specifically. One thing I wanted to go back and I wanted to just check out the note on the back of the picture frame. So that's from Irving, but again, just by chance of knowing where to look, to even look behind the picture, because the name of the poster hang in there. I feel like I've heard it somewhere and I'm trying to think of where. Wait, didn't he mention it in the last episode to Dylan? Didn't Irving mention, didn't he say, hang in there, something along the lines of that to him?
Just remember, hang in there.
On the back of that picture is the hallway drawing that he did. And Irving showed the woman in optics and design. He showed her the painting. Sorry, I've got a very foggy brain today, so it's taken me a little while to understand this. And that's why I thought, do I watch this one? I watch it and slowly come into my brain.
How do you know about the exports hall?
I'm sorry?
We send a lot of shipments there.
Do you remember where it is?
But I'm wondering if maybe the drawing on the back and these are from him, these notes, unless these are actually the other woman's, the woman from Optics and Design. But I think these are put there by her, but not written by her, but written by Irving, because it's behind an Optics and Design poster is what I'm thinking. Otherwise, like, how would he have got it there? Because obviously he would have done it before the last episode. Mesmerizing, all the little puzzle solving in this show, and I love it. And now with the Gemma thing and with the Irving thing, and obviously Irving is dead, his innie is dead. Not entirely sure if he is or not, or if they're just saying that, because what did they need all that operating equipment for? You know, the dentist equipment. I wasn't sure if that was so they could pull teeth out to then put in place at the murder scene or whatever to identify the body. Kind of like what they did with Gemma. I wondered if maybe they would do the same with Irving. Helly doesn't quite understand the trust issues that Mark now has. And that's obviously why Mark's being a lot like he is. One of the reasons for that. And obviously, because I didn't know if some of the reason him being like that was because of the mistrust, but also because his brain is also being messed around with trying to reintegrate. And so some of his thoughts and feelings are almost resetting back to their factory settings by them doing what they're doing. Hence why he's acting more like Mark at the very, very start of the show. Or the innie Mark anyway. And the coughing and stuff is kind of what the outie Mark was like at the very beginning. Not quite 100%, a little bit ill because of, you know, mourning the loss of Gemma. I suppose more disruptable, like his outie self is a lot more easier to hurt, at least in terms of emotion, malleable in that way, whereas the innie version of him is a lot more tough. The fracture between them both, I get that weird distance there because he's not sure what to trust anymore. He doesn't know whether or not to even trust her because of all the stuff going on with the outie Helly. It's funny that he almost seemed surprised to realize what he had done in that previous episode with Helly, you know, sleeping with her. He was coming to terms with, wait, I did? Oh yeah, I did. Which he probably was. He probably didn't even think at the time that, wait, I slept with outie Helly. Helena and Helly both walk differently. And in this one, yeah, she had that kind of forceful march that she has to her step. So I feel like that's a way that he can tell. What did you think? Did you like this episode? I'm sure there were points in that I either misunderstood. Great to see about Bert and his husband wanting to meet with him, wanting to meet with Irving, to have dinner with him. I'm not sure if there's an ulterior motive there, but it doesn't feel like there probably is, unless they're going to ask him about Lumon or something. You know, the guy with the equipment, with the dental equipment. Like, if that whistle was something important that I should remember, that. I feel like I've got more questions than I've got answers with this episode. I've said to you guys before, where it feels like one episode just shoves a ton of questions at you and just kind of makes you go, what could this be? What could this be? I feel like that's one of these episodes. So yeah, so many thoughts, but they're just very broken. It's a lot of questions. Incredible cinematography. I genuinely cannot fault this show. And even the way they make the interior and the exterior, it feels so tonally different. Also, one thing that annoys me, where he's rewriting the book, making it a very, like they were saying, propaganda type book. However, then when he said about the Trojan horse, I was thinking, okay, does that mean then you're trying to make it look like you're implying something, but actually it means something entirely different, and you are trying to delve into their brain to then hook them to basically do what he did to the innies already, but make it look on the outside like he isn't doing that and he's just being all for Lumon, all for Keir, but it actually be that he is trying to get them out of the workplace. Hello guys, welcome to the podcast section of the video, and unfortunately I'm going to be sat here for this entire time because it is currently like 35 degrees outside. I'm not going out into this heat wave. I've listened to the podcast episode now and I've got some notes on it. Now I have to admit, this podcast episode feels completely different to the rest because this one stars, it's got the special guest as Michael Chernus, who plays Rickon. Is one of my favourite characters, I think, of the outie world. Although, to be fair, I can't say that because Jen Tulloch's character is probably my favourite character outside of the Lumon building. And then alongside that comes Rickon. I think I like Rickon because he's such a strange oddball of a character. Michael Chernus says that he absolutely adores his character as Rickon.
He is sort of this larger than life character, and I think even within a tone that is very grounded, you have to allow for those I certainly know people. My background is in the theater originally in New York City, and I know people who are very sort of big and almost foppish or clownish in their life, and have a love and a facility for language, and often sound a little affected. And I think in a great way, one thing he does is he maybe helps open up that outie world.
Yeah.
Like, you believe that he exists in that world, but he isn't like everybody else. And he marches to the beat of his own drum, and that's cool. We all have people in our lives who are a little odd or a little eccentric or a little annoying sometimes, but we love them. And I think one of the things that's hard for me with him is, fighting the actor's impulse to want to be liked. And I think that's an impulse that Rickon has too. But knowing that there are some people out there who are going to be like, ugh, Rickon and his friends are so annoying, and having to remember, like, well, maybe that's a good thing that people are kind of put off by him at first, and then eventually the onion starts to get peeled back, and you start to like discover, oh, there's more to him than that, or he has sensitivity, he has vulnerability. And so continuing to discover those ways in for the audience to see a different side of him is really what's been a fun challenge.
But if you think about it, in season 1, he had a fairly prominent role with writing the book. His book, yes, okay, maybe not his character itself being shown more, but he was a fairly prominent character in season 1 because of his writing. Like, he's got this big fan base on the inside, and they do go to mention that in this, that, like, we don't know if he necessarily knows how big of a fan base he's actually got inside of Lumon.
It's completely a moral decision, and I think it's such a great piece of writing to introduce this idea, because it helps the audience really enter into that conundrum of Rickon, like this ego side of being like, oh, that's enticing, that would get my work out to so many more people. If I'm a big deal in there, and those workies really are fans, well, that's great, being enticed by the fan base. But also this other part of him that knows that maybe this is a problematic decision, that wrestling with himself, I think, is really interesting.
Fun fact, Michael Chernus also lost his voice in a very similar fashion when he did the audiobook for the is it the We Are? Is that the name of the book itself?
Yeah, there's an audiobook too, right?
There's an audiobook read by Rickon Hale. Yeah, that was really fun. My voice was like a mess after those.
I think him and Devon are such good characters together. We see a very caring, nurturing, sort of mother-father kind of roles between them during the time that she's, pregnant and she's going to the retreats. So we see this softer side, but we also see this feisty, stern side to Devon's character. I think she's the most well-informed, regular person there is on the show that's an outie. Jen Targ does an incredible job with making Devon's character feel very real.
Jen is the best. I mean, I loved y'all's episode with her. She's extraordinary. She really is a singular talent. You guys were talking on the podcast about how everything that comes out of her mouth just feels so real. And I couldn't agree more. She's so smart. She's very funny. And yet everything comes off so grounded and so true to her. And yet it's a character. It's such a funny blend. Like, Devon feels like Jen, but also feels like Devon, if that makes sense, like in the best way.
Michael Chernus' character, when he first came into the show, I genuinely thought that those two were not a match together, that Devon and him were not a match together. And I felt like he was very stuck up, very pompous. Is that just me? That's how I felt he was in the first episode or two of watching him. But maybe it's just because I need to get used to his personality. Also, they talk about COVID, about the pandemic, and them having been covered up in PPE, and, it's fascinating to hear the things they say about, what was going on the film set, and, what was going on the set, and the fact that all the crew had to, bunch themselves up into PPE just to be on set.
How do you approach being a believable married couple?
That's a great question. We didn't know each other beforehand. And if we remember, the first season was in the height of COVID times. So I think we met in the testing tent the first time, like in hazmat suits, basically, getting our COVID test to work, and through our face shields, we're trying to discuss Rickon and Devin's
that was hard, man.
history. That was hard, but I know it's been said before, but it really, I think, added to that dystopian feel of the show. I mean, for me, showing up and like we couldn't, hug each other, and we could only take our masks off when the cameras were rolling, and the poor crew was just like covered head to toe in strange futuristic gear. It just, for me, it added to the strange Severance-y vibe of the show.
The fun thing I find with Chernis, Adam, and Jen is how much like a family they feel. Oh, also, they mentioned the egg bar from ages ago. Do you remember that? In season 1. Apparently, during the egg bar sequence, Britt and Zach were actually vegans. So they had to go out, and because they're eating Scotch eggs, I believe, normally. But yeah, they go out and they find someone who can make them some vegan eggs. And that's what they use on camera.
For me, the egg bar is not coveted. It's actually my least favorite thing in the world is a hard-boiled egg, or what we had in that scene, which are the Scotch eggs. At the time we were wearing PPE for COVID, and I was really grateful because I'd stay as far away as possible from those.
What would happen to you if you were forced to eat a Scotch egg?
I would probably throw up. Yeah.
Okay.
How about you? What would happen?
I would enjoy it. I enjoy eggs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, now I know what Emma feels like with melons.
I remember also Zach and Britt were vegans, so they couldn't eat eggs. So didn't you guys have to find someone who made
yeah, fake
vegan
eggs.
replicas of eggs?
Yeah, which was better than real eggs, so I was grateful for that.
Dari, who plays Drummond, they mentioned that he's kind of like Grainer, which he is. He is very much like Grainer in some ways. The security guy. And yes, he does have a bigger role than him because he is part of the management. But yeah, it's funny that they mentioned about Grainer, it's funny that they mentioned Grainer alongside Drummond, because when I first saw Drummond, I instantly thought of, I think he's like a similar type of character to Grainer.
Ari Olafsson, a friend of mine who I met when we did Secret Life of Walter Mitty. When I met him, I was told he was probably like the most popular actor in Iceland, which I think he is.
That makes sense.
He does stage, television, film, he produces, he writes, and he came over to do Drummond for us, which has just been, I think, just so much fun to see this sort of, he's kind of in that world of not the new Grainer, but he has, I think, probably a more complicated position than Grainer had.
It seems like he has quite a bit of power.
Yes, by the way, also they talk about Helly's relationship with Mark, or Helena's relationship with Mark, and how both of them, Helena and Helly, deal with the feelings they have for Mark. Because obviously they've both met him, they've both had these instances with him. They mention about how Helena has been feeling about the fact that she's not able to be around Mark. Something similar to that.
Egan perspective on innies.
Yeah, they're not like a whole person, because if they thought of them that way, how would they be able to do any of this?
Yeah, and I think that for Helena, she's now at this point learned how people feel about Helly down there, and I have to feel like she's feeling like she's missing out on something. It feels to me that she's definitely not getting in her Helena life.
Totally.
The interpersonal connections or the friendships, let alone the feelings for Mark.
Think about that. I mean, this relationship has blossomed on her watch in an intense way. I mean, they got physical and have this strong connection.
Yeah. And what are her feelings from that? I mean, they slept together, they were intimate with one another. So I think when she's calling them fucking animals, there's a real complicated reaction that's going on there to what she feels about Helly.
Oh, also they talk about the history of Gruk-Shulpan. Well, apparently the story itself is based on a true story, which I didn't know. I thought they had made it up for it. But it's very conflicting, because in the episode of the podcast, they mention about it being a real thing. And obviously they have...
The Gruk-Shulpan was based on a true story, the true legends of the king or queen who would go undercover amongst the people when they didn't know what the king or queen looked like, to understand the needs of their people. And the Gruk-Shulpan is actually a true story. I will say that we came up with that idea of that story, and then Trammell, I think he called me up the night before we shot, and he was asking about the pronunciation of Grakapan. And I did not know that. And so he came in with this Grakshupan pronunciation. I don't know where he got it from, but I think he did some research on it.
It was impossible to not laugh whenever he did that. And we did it a lot. And we had a tough time because it's amazing.
Yeah, Swedish. It's Swedish because it's kind of believable enough that you could chew on it a little bit, but also nobody's really buying it also.
Nobody's even listening to what he's saying.
Also, they talk about Mark's temperament in this, about how he keeps shutting people down.
Mark is at a place where it's all a waste of time. Like, what are we doing? What difference does it make if we have a funeral for Irving or we don't have a funeral for Irving? He's gone. He's not dead, by the way. He's out there in the world. We're stuck down here. If we're here, sure, go do your funeral, whatever. It's cynicism. He's experiencing cynicism, I think, for the first time.
Yeah, well, it's also interesting because you have spent 40 minutes in the outside world. You have an experience of the outside world that Dylan doesn't have. He's had like maybe 30 seconds in his closet. Yeah. But when you say like Irving's not dead, you're really like coming at it from a place of like, I think you're just so sort of over the whole thing, but also I think in my mind also feeling this hurt from the Helly lie.
Yeah.
And Dylan's feeling this hurt having lost Irving.
Yeah. And Helly feels hurt because no one is coming up and saying, hey, are you okay? Like, what are you feeling? Like everybody is deeply hurt and isolated.
At the same time, you're processing the fact that you now don't trust Helly because you don't know. You really don't know. So everything is sort of upended.
The bathroom scene, I loved that scene. I loved the way they shot it because there are so many little intonations in the way they've said things, or Mark's look to Helly. You get this almost passive-aggressive something like a smirk to her as he says what he says. This almost cocky reply, but it's wonderfully done. And apparently they were so meticulous about putting that together and how to best portray that on screen.
Bathroom scene between Britt and I was tricky to get just that tone exactly right. Kind of Mark's reaction to her and her approach to Mark. It was complicated and difficult in it. Very fine line, very subtle differences. But I think I love that scene, but it wasn't easy to nail down.
No, there were so many different agendas to juggle in terms of what would be on the characters' minds after this huge revelation.
Right, because it's a really important scene, not like eventful, but a really emotionally important scene.
Yeah, because the audience I felt it was like incredibly important that the audience after episode 4 can get reinvested in what's going on and is not going like, well, wait a minute, this happened or that happened. How could they even not worry about that? Yeah. And that, it took a little while to figure out what were the important things that the characters had to address for us to really kind of reset the story and keep it going forward in these little sort of interaction moments. It's not like a bigger story thing. It's more like little emotional tracking stuff. But it was also storytelling-wise, we thought, Mark has to rethink everything that happened in the first 4 episodes. And so he has to really go back and process that. And what it does is it takes away any trust he really has.
That's right.
In Helly. And so they have to kind of figure out how to rebuild their relationship.
Yeah. And I think up until their conversation at the end, he's made a game time decision of let's just do whatever they say. It doesn't matter if we do one thing or the other. We're going to end up right back at this spot.
The paintings, about the whole thing with Trammell and Natalie, and there's something going on, and I said I wondered if it was a sort of a racially motivated thing that Lumon was doing, and that's why he got given the paintings as him seeing his likeness in Keir, but there being something a bit sinister behind the way they do it. This is the annoying thing, they don't talk massively about it.
And in 3, when Natalie brings him the paintings, Trammell is just so deeply excellent through all of these things he's going through. He doesn't have anyone to confide in or talk to, but we, the audience, we get let in on these questions that he's having, but it's none of it's verbal. We just experience it with him.
Yeah.
And he's so good that we don't need it to be verbalized.
No.
But you see him going through it and we get it emotionally.
And you do see that he reaches out to Natalie before the performance review.
Oh, yeah, right.
To try to connect on what happened with the paintings.
Right.
And this question of like, did you feel weird too when you got these paintings? And she's not going to go there with him.
No, he doesn't get anything.
And it kind of goes the other way. And then, of course, you see that trickle-down effect of post-performance review when he's told to tighten the leash, that he takes it out directly on Mark in the elevator.
Yeah, so it would have been interesting to at least hear a little bit from him, or maybe in the future we'll hear a little bit from him talking about the specific thing, but I just wish it was more, because I want to know specifics, not just we've guessed it's this, or there are these certain hints that it's this. But I suppose we don't really need to know it, because you just get that gist of, you just get that air that people are like that anyway with Lumon. The thing that it does is perfectly highlight how good Trammell is at acting, and not just Trammell, because they do make mention of him being a good actor in this, but I just think visually he is incredible, where he doesn't need to say many words. He just needs to look a certain way, and he implies how he is feeling through his actions, through the look he's giving. But I would say it's also not just Trammell that is like that. I think Natalie's like that. Natalie is fantastic. Her acting is impeccable. The little tiny micro details in her face of the acting when she gives Trammell the pictures, even in this episode when it was almost as if to say, phew, we've spoken about it now, but it's the look she gives as if to say, don't worry, you're not alone, I'm feeling it too. It's just something in the way that I'll show you a clip, but it's just something in the way that she acts it.
Mr. Drummond's waiting.
Yes, of course.
Both incredibly talented actors. Also, apparently, the scenes going back and forth between Innie and Outie that we see sometimes, the sort of glitching effect, but apparently none of it was done on green screen, it was all done there. And apparently they did it one after the other, so I don't know what he means by that, because it was Adam that was saying it, so I don't know if he means he shot like the interior set of the hallway next door to the Severance set, and they had him switch in and out of outfits and then also go between different sets to film all together, or they filmed all in one area in the outfit that he needed, switched over to the other one. Apparently, though, they did it back to back or something like that. I'll play the clip.
Outie Mark having a glimpse into Innie Mark's world.
Yeah, that was really interesting, shooting in the MDR hallways as Outie Mark in like those clothes and stuff. It was so bizarre. And it's really...
you were like in a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
In a sweatshirt in the MDR hallways. I was like, this is crazy.
It's crazy. And seeing just the visual of Outie Mark down there is super interesting too. It's really weird. But yeah, and we shot all of that stuff, both Innie and Outie. So Sam would have me walk down that hallway and stay in the exact same, trying to keep everything exactly the same in two different pieces of wardrobe. So we could do those flashes back and forth and not have it be green screen or whatever, but actually do all of it. And it was really meticulous.
Well, you did that also in episode 3 when we did it for for you waking up on the table at the end of episode 3, where you had to do every different permutation. But I think, to me, what I take away from that scene and the way the episode ends is the feeling, right? The emotional toll that this is taking on you, because all of a sudden, Outie Mark is seeing, for a second, he sees Gemma, a Miss Casey version of Gemma, but it's Gemma. And we end on this moment of you back in reality in your living room or wherever, and you're basically almost crying there, because it was such a deep feeling. And to me, that's really effective, the way that it was done, because it reminded me of like waking up from a dream. If you've ever had a dream where you see someone who you missed, or you have a deep emotion in a dream. And for me, a lot of times my dreams are feelings that I associate with them as much as the imagery. And I've had that where I've woken up almost crying. And that to me was the most impactful part of that whole sequence was the fact that, oh wait, this is going to take an emotional toll on Mark. This journey of trying to reintegrate.
Yeah, because what we were figuring out and really zeroing in on shooting that scene was this is the first time he has seen Gemma in 3 years, and he's not looking at a photograph of her. He's not watching something on his phone. She is standing in front of him. And, you know, when someone dies, you're never going to see them again. And she's right there. And yeah, she's dressed weird and hair is different and everything, but just sort of the emotional shock of standing right there with her, or that's how it feels anyway.
This is the annoying thing. I think it's because there's, you know, more to come in future episodes, which there is a lot more, but they are very, very vague with it. They don't talk a huge amount about it. And I'm really hoping that one of these episodes we are, especially after the finale, if we are going to get this full breakdown of thoughts between everybody of what they thought on this and this and this. I know season 3 is also going to be a thing as well. That's it for today. Anyway guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. Don't forget, if you do love this kind of thing, or if you did like this episode, then consider clicking the like button and subscribing to the channel as well. And obviously all of my full uncut reactions to this are over on the Patreon page and YouTube members as well. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible day, whatever you're going to be doing. That is all we've got time for. Take care, stay safe, and hopefully I get to see you guys next time. Bye. If you're still here to the very end, then thank you so much, and also a huge thank you to my wonderful patrons: Roger C. Griffith, Douglas Collier, Terry V, Miggy Love, Chris Holmes, Jojo, Thomas Masters, Shoehorn1234, Res, Patrick Durr, Andrew Blount, Carlos, Marla Mize, Rob, Chandra Blair, Scott, Paul Zawicki, Randy, Kirsten, Juan Pablo Camero, JL, Maggie, Freya Alexandra, Milo, Miranda, Edna, Gina Aman, Tess Avaland, Olivia, Maria Stoicheva, Neno, Megan Janoviak, Rainy Tomo, Strawberry Tree, Kirsten Bailey, Boobly Boo, Louise Vanderhoven, Aubrey Terry, Wraithist, Heidi Steele, City D, Bumblebee, Joshua, Jesse, Rena Burrow, Meet, Lolita Verbakovskia, Eli, Holly Jeffries, Alenka Hafner, HM Garth, Chloe Grover, Neb, Kyle Baker, Abby Barker, Tom Tattershall, Kristen Olds, Tillycham, Laura Hutchison, Tara M. Will Coxon, Sazzy Nation, Ferdinand Pitchard, Jim McKay, Sphere, Mel Days, Fran in the Pen, BG, Tara, Rags and Muffins, Nameless Human Being, Deb, Philippa Chapman, Emily, Panda, David Wayne Fox, Jessica Asakovich, Sue Pro, Naja in Workshop, Mike Tunnicliffe, Wolfgang Wolf, Lee, Harvey, Ankame, Aninya, Evan G, Violet Aurora, Pamela Chandler Rash, Scott Howard, Joshua, Robert Williams, Steve Webster, Amanda, Lipaz, Jamie Dodds, King, Happy Go Lucky, Caitlin, Analytical Guy, Maria Torres, Cliff Adams, Jonathan, Dirk, Annie Bonds, Crystal Appleby, Scorpius, Monica Murphy, Sebastian St-Ange, Varga, Leslie McKittrick, Nick Stark, Number 1 Carez, Jen, Biff McKeldin, Birgit, Stephanie Collins, Emily, Ken Duncan, Max, Helena Klitsch, Amy Quattlebaum, Ry Levi, Wayne DeFries, JJ, Mikhail Augustine Reed, Malcolm Hope, Lee Hallam, Bill Waite, Charlie Elkin, Mika Least, Jeffrey Welton, Aleidoscope, George, Ingrid, Stephanie Sexton, Jude, Bera, Robinio GD, Catherine Ellis, Vincent Pare, Sammy Fan, Eric Jansen, David K, Stephen, Edcat, MB8, Border Collie Lover 223, Caitlin, Juiced, The Gallifreyan Rebel, James, Johnny115, Tim, Paul Hess, Frank Tex, Marie Clark, Robin, Matt Quinn, Offer Rock, Bruce Heckerman, Joe, Victoria Helm, James Melton, Beatrice Soiler, Siegfried, Clara Groloe, Lana Gorgeous, David Stafford, Rebecca K. McDowell, Ashley Stanley, Sophia, Fabian, Paul Byrne, Bear, Nadia, Chris Thompson, Erin Milieu, Kate Wheeler, Janet Rose Ashley, Alex, Tyler, Just a Little Tired, Shud Bruxelles, David Holton, Lisa Lovett, Liviu Oana, Francesca Carey, Ket Rana, Clara Collins, Christina, Bailey's from Shoe, and Breno. If you'd like to see more videos, there's some more on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching guys, and see you next time.